My dear audience, today I am presenting before you a naked scientific truth of human future. That is, the title of the topic is Outcry of Evolution. In fact, we are proud of being modern men, being civilized men, being powerful men, being computer men. So, if we are so powerful, then why not we the men are lacking of wings, that is flight adaptation? Why this unique unique weapon, that is a flight adaptation, is given to birds? Why? Is there any answer to it? If any scientist can reply in a scientific manner, okay, I will explain later on. But let me begin with the evolution. As I say you, evolution here refers to nature or to creator or to God. So let me begin with the evolution in a brief manner. As you know, how life begins on the earth. It is quite mysterious. Even scientists cannot narrate in a perfect manner the how life is originated on the earth. Whatever may be, the scientific view is that life comes to the earth spontaneously. That is, the first life on the earth is a acellular animal, or you can say unicellular animal. That is body is made up of only single cell, that is protozoan, what we call amoeba, paramecium. So, though it is a protozoan, a single cell body, but it is called as acellular. Do you know why? Just imagine, a single cell stands as a life, stands as a living body, within single cell, all the physiological functions like digestion, like assimilation, like excretion, respiration, all the vital functions occur within a single cell. But whereas in case of multicellular animals like man or tigers, eh, eh, numerous cells, millions of cells together do this function. That's why when a single cell does so extraordinary work and stands as a living body, that's why it is given a title, acellular animal. So from protozoa, as you know, protozoa comes out, but it's created in the water, and more of it is created in the sea water, because its its protoplasm tastes saline. Its protoplasm also contains more than 75% of water. That's why the scientists predict that life begets from water, and more of it is from marine water. So from protozoan originated another kind of animal after millions of years passed. Another kind of animal that is called pore-bearing animal, that is porifera. That is porifera, what we call sponge. So do you know, this animal is full of pores, and it has got an extraordinary device, living device, that is called canal system. That single canal system here functions all the vital physiological activities like digestion, like excretion, circulation, and respiration. So it is the beauty of this animal that is called porifera. And it has got another system that is called skeletal system, that is called modern skeleton. Though it is a calcareous, but it is a modern skeleton. It is equivalent to modern skeleton. But this this animal at the beginning of the evolution reveals the existence of skeletal system in its body, but thereafter evolution remains silent for millions of years. In other coming animals, there is no skeletal system. Many of the animals, they are created on the earth. There is no skeletal system. That is the indication, that is the curiosity, that is the technique of the evolution. That is we call nature, or we can say creators. That the technique that gives indication that in future skeletal system is coming out, and that has come out in case of vertebrates. Then from porifera, another interesting animal takes birth after millions of years. That is what we call that is Coelenterata. It is a very unique phenomenon of life. It has got gastrovascular system. That means it is also one system very important, that is called gastrovascular system. Gastro means digestion and vascular means circulation. So both the vital functions are done in a single system, what we call gastrovascular system. Another peculiar characteristic feature of this Coelenterata is regeneration. Do you know? Regeneration is a very big process, it's a very big process in evolution. That means if a single body is cut into many parts, and if each part contains nucleus, then each part will give rise to a single individual. Is it not surprising? What we feel in case of higher animals. So always evolution keeps or tells behind something, and ants remain silent, comes to slumber, and never exposed in forthcoming animals. That is the extraordinary quality of the evolution. So from this Coelenterata then appears another animal after millions of years, that is we call Platyhelminthes. That is Helminthes or Nemathelminthes. It is very surprising. It is very questionable that most of the animals belong to this phylum are parasites. A word parasite, that is we can say that is a idle man's or idle's brain is devil's workshop. That we can say it is a parasite that depends for its nourishment, for its physiological function on the host body. That parasites, and most of the parasites have their guest, that is host. Sorry, most of the parasites have their host, that is the vertebrates. How is it possible? Platyhelminthes is originated or evolved just at the very beginning of the evolution, just after Coelenterata. But at the time, vertebrates are not evolved. There is no trace of vertebrates. As you know, the nemathelminthes, nematodes, that man is the host. At the time, man was not evolved. So it is presumed by the scientists that these animals in initial stage are free living. But in course of time, they become opportunist. This word opportunist, this word parasitic adaptation is a word that comes and that happens, that appears nowadays in case of man. After long years of evolution, these words come. You see how great technician is the evolution of nature or God or creator. How great technician, that it produces something wonderful which has no solution, which makes us very puzzled. However, from the platyhelminthes, that is parasitic mode of life, again gives rise to another interesting animal, and for the first time fully fledged animal, that is annelids, what we call earthworms or leech. Earthworm, as you know, the friends of the farmers. And in case of also leech, that is also another parasite. In case of earthworm, we get that is xylem system. For the first time it has got head. For the first time in animal kingdom, animal evolution, head, tail and trunk regions comes. That means it is a, so to say, a perfect animal, indication of perfect animal, having everything, so to say. Minimum requirement of animal, a fully fledged animal, is found in case of annelid, that is in case of earthworms. And as you know, the moon has some black spots. Here also, even the earthworm is a farmer is a friend of the farmer, yet there is a leech that acts as a parasite to the human being. Here also, how the human comes here when there is no trace of the evolution of man or evolution of human being. Anyhow, so this gives the indication of a fully fledged animal. From the annelids, then comes the biggest phylum, the largest phylum of the whole animal kingdom, that is arthropods, the jointed appendages. For the first time, the largest phylum, arthropods, that you know, that comes under, that is the prawns, shrimps, also insects, mostly the insects. All these animals come out in case of arthropods. Daphnias, cyclops, rotifers, that is the good food of the fishes, that comes out. Here is the extraordinary quality of the arthropod is that most of the animals belong to it is most economically important. That is, I say, prawns, shrimps, honeys. As you know, all these things are very important. They are economically important. And another curious, another surprising phenomenon here is flight adaptation. For the topic for discussion is the flight adaptation. Here, the alike birds, the flight adaptation is given to the insects, that is we call hexapoda. Here, the animal has a perfect body system, and they have got flight adaptation. That is, they can fly like butterflies, like insects, like all these things. So here also the evolution or nature or creator give the same to the insect with flight adaptive power. But again nature becomes ideal. That means these unique character features are not found in forthcoming animals. This very valuable, precious flight adaptation or power of flying again goes to dustbin or goes to the recessive gene that remain in the dormant conditions. That is dormancy occurs. That genes for flight adaptation. Every character is designed by the genes. So the genes for flight adaptation again becomes recessive. So after the arthropods that I tell you, that has got that has the capacity to touch the air, it has the capacity to touch the water, it has capacity to touch the land. It means these animals are called very unique in the sense that they dwell in air, they dwell in land, they dwell in water. They found in marine water, they found in fresh water, they found in brackish water. They found in different kinds of soils. They are also found in air. So they are arboreal, they are aerial, they are aquatic, or they are terrestrial. It is the unique feature of the arthropods. So again from the arthropods comes another kind of animals. That is the we call molluscans. That is the snails. Union. That has got shell animals. That is got the very important character is torso. A compact body within a very short body. Every physiological systems are designed. It is the again the beauty of the nature or evolution. A within a small body, everything is been designed perfectly. Very, very important. And for the first time, the perfect cell has appeared. In case of snails or union, they are also adding this. They are also adding it. So from molluscans, then comes out the starfish that we call Icanoderma. Icanoderma. That is a starfish. You see, from up to the evolution of molluscans, we find and some animals like protozoans are purely aquatic. Polyphorus are purely aquatic. Again, in the coelenterate are also aquatic. And in case of arthropods, they are both terrestrial, aquatic, and also aerial. But here again, in case of molluscans, they are semi-terrestrial or semi-aquatic. You see how beautifully they are designing something what we call in a hyper manner. A trial and error. I think the evolution of the nature is trying or doing everything in a trial and error methods through mutations. Everything the new species evolved through mutations. Mutation of the genes because of the useful mutant genes that helps. Anyhow, that comes to the starfish again goes back to or turn to the aquatic system. So again from the very beginning that happens in case of protozoans and polypora, the starfish goes to water, aquatic system, specifically the sea. So from starfish, that here the evolution, perhaps next stop of evolving the invertebrates, having no proper vertebrates. So here the begins of the another kind of animal in between the invertebrates and vertebrates that we call protochordates. And from the protochordates evolves that is fish. For the first time in the evolution, the true vertebrates are evolved. That means having proper bone made up of calcium carbonate and calcium phosphate. So fish just again they dwell in the water. They dwell in the water having perfect bone, perfect body, and they're the most useful. Almost 90% fishes are useful, economically important. Then you will find in case of fish also, for the first time, you will find three devices that is for respiration. One is aerial breathing. Some of the fishes, the air breathing fishes, like Chana punctatus, Chana moridius, Chana striatus, they are having the aerial breathing. The aerial devices are there for respiration. They can respire from the air. Also, they can respire through gills from the water. Also, they can respire in mud through skins. So, three kinds of respiratory systems you will find in case of fishes, though they live in aquatic mediums. So, from fish, as you know, till the evolution of fishes, or species, what we call scientifically, the evolution continues mostly in the water. 90% evolution continues in water. And at the time, lands are full of green shrubs, herbs, shrubs, and trees. Full of green herbs, shrubs, and trees. Full of diamonds, full of gold, full of silvers. They are known to bodies. There are no animals, only few like arthropods, insects, few molluscans. They dwell here and there. Butterflies, they dwell here and there. But there is no animal perfectly to have to enjoy the beautiful scenery of the nature of the land. So, first time from the fish evolved amphibians. Why it is called amphibians? Because they are aquatic, also they are into certain extent terrestrial. How they are evolved? There is an interesting history, a scientific base. The fishes, because till the evolution, I tell you, 90% of animals live in the aquatic system, specifically the seawater ocean water. So what happens? The thing is that because of crowdness, because of crowd environment, there was scarcity of space, there is scarcity of food, there is scarcity of other lively substances or life substances. That's why the fish wanted to invent the land. So, but how can it do? The fish approaches the land and look at the land, see that there is only trees and grasses, no animals they did find practically. There are no animals they find practically. They try to approach the lands, but out of fear they recede back. They come back because there might be some danger. Because as you know, in unknown place, knee deep water, we feel danger. But in known place, the deep river, we don't feel danger. It's like since land for fish is not a known place, unknown place, that's why it is feeling fear. So it just approaches the land, then come back in the same millions of years past. So by going and coming, and because of the friction of its abdominal zone, that is belly zone, with the soil, with the sands, so they lose their gills and they develop another characteristic feature, that is the lungs. That is the lungs develop. The lungs are developed, that is found in the case of amphibians. From the amphibians, that means amphibians, they dwell. So also the amphibians, they can approach properly to the lands, they remain near the water, just at the end of the land territory and at the end of the water territory. They remain near the water, they can't rule the whole land. But from the amphibians, for the first time, a true terrestrial animal develops, that is reptiles. That is reptiles, the snakes, crocodiles, lizards, turtles, they develop from the amphibians. So true terrestrial animals develop from the amphibians. So here actually happens, you see, the snakes, the lizards, the crocodiles, all are, so to say, ugly to look. Very, very ugly to look. They are also they are hunting animals, we can say. They are predators. Mostly they are predators. They are not, they are very attacking animals. What are maybe the conditions? But from here, the evolution, what I tell the nature, what I tell the creator, that creator thinks that why not, because when the fully fledged terrestrial animals have been evolved, why not I will evolve some animal which must have a perfectness in body, in every feature or texture of the body. That's why the nature, after millions of years, that as you know, in case of reptiles, they are very powerful at that time, because in the Mesozoic era, in the Jurassic period, the reptilians are the monarch on the earth. They are monarch. And as you know, dinosaurs and dinosaurs, they ruled the whole land at that time. That's why it's called the Jurassic period is the golden age of reptiles. But because of certain environmental change, what we feel today, the environmental change, what we feel the climatic change, there also drastic climatic change occurs. And the scientists believe that supersonic explosion might have killed the dinosaurs or tyrannosaurs. It's a gigantic bodied animals, very gigantic bodied animals, more gigantic than the today's elephant. Because the small animals, they could survive by hiding inside the holes or in the cave, inside the caves, or underneath the leaves, underneath the branches of the trees. But these big animals, because exposed to the atmosphere and come in contact with the very cosmic rays, the scientists believe that they are extinct. They become extinct. They become extinction. No, that's why they are lost. Uh, But from the terrestrial animal, that is from the reptiles, what you call the nature begins here. A new kind of animal, that is birds. He wanted to evolve an animal having a high adaptation, also having conscience, also having merit, gene for high adaptation, gene for conscience. Wanted to create. So he utilized his all energy, its best energy to evolve a very extraordinary animal, that is bird. I tell you that evolution is a unidirectional. Evolution is a unidirectional that proceeds always in a one line. I tell you, from the protozoa to here amphibians and reptiles, it's a single line of evolution. Here, the nature creates very interesting, very beautiful animal, that is called birds or apes. And he has just given on the very day of complete giving to complete shape to bird, the gene for flight adaptation first. So the nature or the creator offers or designs or keeps in the gene for flight adaptation and just waits for giving another very characteristic feature, important, powerful feature, that I tell you: conscience, merits, knowledge, learning, all these things. Just wait. It was waiting, but bird didn't wait. Nature waits. Bird didn't wait. As soon as it gets the gene for flight, as soon as it gets the power of wings, flight adaptation, it escapes from the hands of the nature, from the creator, from the God, and begins to fly in the atmosphere, air, and cry and sings and twitters, I am the monarch in this universe. I am the monarch. All we survive. There's none to dispute. I am all in all. I am all in all. I am most powerful animal because I have got the flight adaptation. As you know, flight adaptation is best adaptation, best feature till the human beings, even the human beings has not. The nature is looking surprisingly and looking. Just he was going to offer the gene for conscience, gene for merit, gene for knowledge, gene for learning. Now he thinks that only getting the flight adaptation or flight, only having the power of flight, the bird is so proud. He's feeling so pride. So he thought that nature thinks here that if I will give, I would have given the gene for conscience, merit, learnings. So the birds with flight adaptation, with conscience and merit, will be become dissolved. You will never care for anybody, any animals. He will be most powerful, and he will just become the monarch on this land of earth. So he changed his mind. The nature changed its mind. No, I will not give this gene. I will not give this gene of conscience and merit or learnings or knowledge, not to bird. Now nature changes its mind, and he remains busy to evolve another kind of animal from the same stock of reptilian, that is mammals. He only offers to mammals gene for conscience, gene for learning, gene for merit, gene for wisdom. That gene refers to all these qualitative characters. So he designed and he evolved from this same stock, from the reptilian. First comes birds with only flight adaptation, and another comes from the same stock, that is the mammals having the merits but without flight adaptation. Even he knows, now he comes to know, the nature comes to know that if I offer the mammals both flight capacity or both conscience, so again the men can destroy, men can harm the whole earth, as like the birds. So for the first time, the principle of evolution changes from unidirectional to bidirectional. Why? You see just the evolutionary tree, and you can know from the reptile derives or evolves birds, and just after little way derive evolves mammals. Why? That is the only reason that I had put question at the beginning of my talk. I had put question to you: why birds are given the most powerful, most meritorious devices, that is flight adaptation. So just think. So men having the knowledge, they can do everything. Knowledge is powerful. Of course, knowledge is powerful. Knowledge is powerful in a mental basis. But flight is powerful, but flying adaptation is powerful in physical phenomenon. It is a mental phenomenon, so that we can do everything. That's why we have evolved, we have created aeroplanes. And so you see, so evolution is a continuous process. Oh men, oh women of the world, or the leaders of the top countries, just remember, evolution is a continuous process. And you see the man, now by virtue of conscience, merit, learning, knowledge, he has become so powerful. He can change the earth overnight. He has discovered he has turned the ocean. He has stepped in moon. He has made every impossible to possible. So just imagine, you the men, I admit, are most powerful. But since evolution is a continuous process, so after mammal, some animal is coming out. Some animal will be evolved definitely, positively, for sure. Keep in mind. But because as you know, evolution teaches us from simplest to complex, from infinite to advanced. So always evolution moves forward with advancement. If it is true, and it is also true, that so if it is true or it is also true, then you just imagine from you, because as you know, a certain best quality of gene, that is the mutation is going on in your body, in your germinal cells. Mutation occurs in the germinal cells that changes or that creates new species, non in somatic cells. We remember. Changes in germinal cells, diploid cells, what we call, that creates new species. So we remember you, the proud human being. Your proudness will not last long. Your calamity is coming, is approaching very soon, because as you know, be aware that in your gene, a new species is germinating, is developing, and it will appear one day through mutation as a superman. If man be so powerful, as you know, we have got the information that in ions, Arjo, because they are superior men. So they defeated the Dravidian and ancient people of Anarjo and pulled them into the depth of the forest of the south. And the Superman who is coming much powerful than you as usual, as evolution said, as evolution, as per the principle of evolution. So always in advancement, always in meritorious ways. That's why be careful because a Superman is coming out and he is so powerful, he will be so skillful, he will be so meritorious that uh, he will he will be a most highly developed animals or species, and he will surely defeat you in war, and he will for sure will cage you in the cow shed. He will keep you, the man, as a slave, and under them, as a, in the cow shed, they could be, you will be imprisoned in the cow shed as like a domestic animals. You will be treated as a domestic animals. So you are so much of scientific ventures, scientific pride, your so much of arrogance, your so much of selfishness, greediness will be evaporated like the dew of the morning in winter. It will be mist, it will be smashed one day, and we will be a domestic animals. We will be a domestic man under the Superman, and Superman will treat you as their slaves. So leaders show the human being be aware of the future. So accordingly, be, be polite, be justified, and be truthfulness. Also be perfect because you allow others to live. If you allow others to live in peaceful manner, then you will be survived. And we the men may continue for millions of years ahead if we go on in a perfect, in a peaceful, in a good manner. So be good, do good, see good, hear good, and also be a noble person and see all the animals as your friends, as your own, so that uh, the earth can survive for long, and also mammals, so that even human being can also survive for long and for long. So my humble submission at last that be a good man, be a noble heart, be a gentle person, and do what is obeying the